John, how are you?
Good morning to you. A very good morning to you, football maniacs and sports lovers out there. This is where you say, it's such a wonderful thing to behold. We spoke about it yesterday. Very excited for Conte and his boys. Good one, good one.
Good morning, John. Good morning, also.
Good morning, Godwin. Good morning, sports lovers. It's a very good, beautiful weekend. I feel like it's one of these weekends with a lot of emotions and a lot of football, and it's also going to be a very rainy weekend. So, so get your braids on and let's get on to the show.
Remember, guys, we are live on YouTube at Bold FM Sports. You can join us live there in the studio. Okay, first, before we talk about the Premier League, let's talk about the Italian Serie A because yesterday, all the games, two games happened yesterday. Napoli played Cagliari and Inter played Como. Both teams needed 3 points to, especially for Inter, they need to win and hope the result goes their way, favors them away when Napoli played Cagliari. But somehow Napoli won that game 2 goals to 0. Good game for Conte, good result for Napoli, good result for both two guys, especially for Scott. Scott has been somebody I liked, but he never held down that starting lineup for Manchester United. He went, Conte trusted him, brought him to Napoli, and both of them are champions of Italy.
Simple, it's something you want to behold. I know it is not going to sit well with a lot of people wherever they may be, but right now nobody really cares. At the end of the day, Scotty is a champion. Scotty has won the Italian Serie A with Napoli in a side. If he was, let me say for example, now somebody that entered Chere Kambata, entered that team now and won this trophy, we wouldn't be celebrating. This is somebody that has played virtually almost every game for the team this season, brought in a lot of goals, has kind of become like the face of the club in a sense. With Vicha leaving, Osimhen not available,
he has become the club because he won the Serie A. What's it called? Serie A player of the season. They gave it
in his first season.
So he is
13 goals and 6 assists. 13 goals and 6. In Serie A, when person just come team, and at some point, I think in January, they said the thing with him and Man United. This is the guy that when he came into the academy stuff at Man United, he played as a striker, he played as a defender, and he was more potent as a striker than a defender. At the Scottish team, in the Scottish team, you see him play in between the 3-man center defense, and you're asking yourself, what's Steve Clark thinking, or what's Steve Clark doing? Until they started deploying him into midfield, where he can play alongside McGill or perhaps McGinn in attack, and you feel like, okay, fine, Scottish team is beginning to look like they have an attacking threat. Why they have other people play defense and they have their Robertson and the rest of them play defense. Now looking at him in Napoli now, when they say if you do player profiling well, this guy is one of the players that say he's not too creative, he's a workhorse, but playing behind the striker. Anguissa is already more creative, but Anguissa that is creative is a CDM, and most of it, I think, for half of this season, Anguissa has played from the bench. You get? While in that same team, you have your fullbacks who are more creative than your attacking midfielders, because Policiano is like a fullback for me, and he's created at least a lot more assists in the side. So you have Policiano who is creating assists from this side. You have Anguissa who can be a DM and still create chances. You have players on the side who can still create chances even in the first half of the season. You have Vicha creating some chances. You get? So with players who can create chances, what you just need is a workhorse who can score goals. If Lukaku is not finding himself in positions to score goals, I am here. I'm a workhorse. I'm sure I know Sabi, but just give me the pass, I will score goal for you. And he's done pretty well with the team, because you look at the tackles, you look at his record for the team. He's at least third on the highest tackles won. He's chased down defenders to the edge of the box to receive balls from them. So I think he's had more of the the counter press. He makes more of the counter press runs. He has more interceptions. He has more tackles. As a midfielder, not the most in the team, but at least he has more than most of the players in the team, and he's getting the goals. Come on, he's like, should I compare him now to Jude Bellingham for Real Madrid, because Jude Bellingham at some point was getting those numbers as well. So I just feel like he's that player. In this, I'll say he is him.
I think he's him in that Napoli thing. I think Conte, when you trust a player and he delivers for you, Conte, first time when he took over Napoli, that's one of the first signings he made. He brought in Scotty, brought in Gilmore from
Billy Gilmore, imagine. Come on. And
from
this
Brighton.
is a player I was thinking about.
Brought him Lukaku brought him back Lukaku to his team. He said that he doesn't want Osimhen because of the Osimhen with the ball issue. So he didn't want to enter into that. He just came in and said, okay, what is the ball? He just asked the ball, what is the situation with Osimhen? They told him Osimhen has to leave. He didn't even bother again to talk to Osimhen. He went in and brought him his old man, Lukaku. He brings Lukaku wherever he is. He went to Chelsea, brought Lukaku back, went to Inter Milan, brought Lukaku there, went to Napoli, brought Lukaku there, and Lukaku has won 2 titles with him.
Yes.
With Inter and with Napoli. Good result for both
good result
both
for
guys.
them, no doubt. You can't take it away from Lukaku. Lukaku has proven himself time and time
Again and again and
yes,
again.
you can't take it away from Lukaku.
I think he fits more to the Serie A than the Premier League. Even though that he did well with Everton team, he went to a bigger club, Manchester United, he didn't do well. Went to Chelsea, everybody had high expectation with him. With Chelsea, he did not really deliver. But since he went to Inter Milan, he has been doing well.
Like I wouldn't say his spell at Manchester United is a demerit because everybody who's left there has gone on to better things. So
I think come up for Man United now. She may come up go Chelsea. He did better things. He did better things. So don't use that one as a don't use Man United.
disagree with
If
you
you're good, you're good.
He's done good.
If you cannot handle the pressure of playing for a big team, because that's heavy. With a big team like Man United, you need to go and work on yourself with a smaller team like Chelsea. And even as you work with your team on yourself with Chelsea, you didn't still achieve anything. Okay. So now he went back to Syria, did well with Inter Milan, good numbers for him, all thanks to Lautaro Martinez in Inter Milan. Now he's at Napoli, he's doing well.
But all thanks to who now?
Scotty now. All thanks to Scotty.
Very soon now you will go to another club now. You will
another player will take the gratitude.
All thanks to
anybody.
It's just clear to see that you have something against the young man.
I don't have anything against Lukaku. Like I said, you wanted to demerit, and like I said, I'm not saying he's not a good player. There's a time we were having a debate about Lukaku's first touch. You get? There's a time we were debating about his positioning. His position is okay, but when you give Lukaku a pass, people will take one touch and the ball will rest. Lukaku has to. So when I said all thanks to, because of people who understand the style of play, they give him the ball on the run. So whenever he just slashes onto it, he's taking the shot and he's scoring.
I don't understand. Like if you understand how a player works, why will you give him the ball in the way that he cannot utilize the opportunity? Is that not madness?
You're not supposed to be
Is that not madness?
As a player, you're not supposed to be trap ball.
Is that not madness?
No, you're supposed to be trap ball. Look at first touch now error. Go and look at that research again.
Let me explain something. You know, in football, everybody plays football. You don't always get your first touch right.
Look at he always misses his first touch.
If he was that bad, nobody would be
buying
him.
No, nobody is saying.
Everybody saw his bad first touch. Man, you bought him.
Thank you.
Saw his
bad touch because it's a big score goal.
As far as you can do,
because it's a big score goal.
Score your goals. And
that's what counts, bro.
All those touching things.
People. Yeah, thank you. How many trophies they don't win?
People have been touch
ball.
People have been touch ball.
How many trophies they don't win?
Let's talk about Conte. Conte is somebody that I really like. When he moved to Juventus came back from Serie B. They were struggling very well at the Serie A when they came back after the scandal they had. They were stripped of about 3 titles. They came back, they were struggling. Then he came in, stabilized it. The first time he came in, he won the Scudetto. First time of acting, he took over the team, won the Scudetto. He did it 3 in a row before he left. Went to Chelsea. Chelsea were struggling. I think they sacked Mourinho previously. They were 10th. They finished 10th. He came in and won the Premier League first time of acting. Moved to Inter Milan. He struggled at Chelsea after that first season. Moved to Inter Milan. Inter Milan have not won the title for a while. He came in first season. He finished second behind Juventus. Second season he won the Scudetto with Inter Milan. He was let go because of COVID-19. They needed to cut costs. Everybody was cutting costs, and Conte was one of the highest paid coach at that time. So Inter needed to let him go. He went to Tottenham. Let's talk about everybody.
He went to Tottenham. And talk about it.
Now he goes back to Italy, to Napoli. Took them from 10th position. They finished last season and won Scudetto. That guy is a serial winner. Now he has won 6 titles, even though he have not won any European title. Somehow when he goes to Europe, whether Europa League, the Champions League, he gets knocked out at something. They flop. But Scudetto and league titles is his own thing. He knows how to do
Coppa Italia. He get out.
He knows how to do this at 8 game run. He wins titles wherever he goes.
The funny thing about this talk about Conte is that he's not really stayed at the club to build. And if you've not really stayed at the club to build and get a team that can get you there, you've not really had the opportunity to have a shout of winning the European
You
competition.
know mean.
I think one of the
You
problems,
know
That's
me.
the thing.
everybody was surprised when he left Juventus.
Allegri,
Yes.
Allegri,
He
did
was-
he have time?
Allegri
He
stayed at
was-
Juventus for almost 5 years.
What are
5
you
years na
saying?
time to build.
That's why I'm saying that.
This
It's
man,
time
I
to
think
5
God,
years is more
I
than
think he
God.
enough
gets
to
bored.
build.
I think
Yes.
he gets bored because after 3 years,
Easy,
he
see.
decided to leave Juventus. Nobody was asking to leave. He just decided to leave. Went to coach the Italian national team.
Yes.
He reached the finals. They lost to Spain. Came back again to Chelsea. Went to Chelsea. He struggled at Chelsea after the first season.
I coach a team. 2 years, I'm in this competition. I've won the league. This one hard for me to build. I come up for there. It's just like Hansi Flick who says it takes only 2 years contract. If this is going south, bro, before the end of the second year, he's already announced retirement. Bros, I'm leaving. So you don't use contract to tie me down one place.
But he was sacked at Chelsea, though.
You get Chelsea own
He
is
was sacked
different
at
now.
Spurs.
Chelsea own is different. You know that Chelsea own is if you come immediately you come show. Now under
Show
this
workings.
now under this new owners because I will spoil them now. Now once you come show workings, sure say you good. If you good, you stay extra 1 year. If the extra 1 year get a CB, you come out. You've shown the workings, you've won your league. Even Mourinho that came and won the first league. How many years did they give him? The second time they sack him. You get other managers that come to Chelsea, you win your first season, you must show workings. Yes, you take 2 seasons. After 2 seasons, you're gone.
Okay, Napoli are the Italian champions. If you look at the league table, they finished with 82 points. Inter Milan second with 81 points. Other games will happen today and tomorrow in the Serie A. Congratulations to Scott. Congratulations to Lukaku. Ultimately, congratulations to Conte. He has done very, very well with Napoli. Let's hope that when he goes to Champions League next season, he's going to do something for them. Okay, other games that will happen in the Serie A before we move on from Serie A and talk about the Premier League, because tomorrow we're going to be the last game in the Premier League. Today's game, Bologna will play Genoa, Milan will play Monza, Venezia will play Juventus, Lazio will play Lecce. In today's and tomorrow's game, Udinese will play Fiorentina, Torino will play Roma, Atlanta will play Parma, and Empoli will play Verona. And that is all game that is going to happen with the Serie A this weekend. So congratulations to Napoli. They are the champions of Italy. Okay, let's jump to the Premier League. Before we jump to the Premier League, let's go to our YouTube channel and talk about some of the comments there, because we are already having comments about this Napoli win. Remember, guys, we are live on YouTube at Vote FM Sports. And Chooks, welcome to the show again. You see, I said Napoli will be champions. I gave accurate prophecy. Prophet.
Yes.
We greet you,
I
prophet.
remember.
All of us know.
Another one.
How can Glenn want to beat them? Now
Okay.
wait you ask yourself.
Another one. Inter Milan are going to win the Champions League. Mark my words. Okay.
Supported.
Drake Media is taking Prophet Chooks. okay. Chooks is also saying Man U are player destroyer. Look at Mark. Look at Scott, Anthony, Rashford, Lukaku, and so on. Kama United. Okay, Drake Media is saying I pity Manchester United. Anthony is shaking the La Liga. Yes, he scored
last night.
He scored yesterday.
Though I think they
Europe.
played the 1-1 draw.
McTominay just won the Scudetto and player of the season, and Man U is drowning. Yes. Okay, Martins, welcome to the show. You say, Martin, hello from Brazil. Okay, hello, Martin. Thank you for joining us on today's show. Remember, guys, to subscribe to our channel. Paul Bradley say, Jim the Rat sacking another 200 workers today. Manchester United are cost. Come on. Okay. Talking about Manchester United and the Premier League. The games are happening tomorrow. The final game, all of them are happening 4 p.m. tomorrow. I'll give you the fixtures of tomorrow's game. I will talk about some of them. Remember, that top five rate is still on. So tomorrow we're going to decide who will play the Champions League next season. For tomorrow's game, all games happening the same time, 4 p.m. Bournemouth will play Leicester, Fulham will play City, Wolves will play Brentford in that game. The big one, Nottingham Forest will play Chelsea. That's going to be my focus tomorrow, because anybody that wins that game plays the Champions League next season. Manchester United will play Aston Villa, Southampton will play Arsenal, Newcastle will play Everton, Liverpool will play Crystal Palace, Ipswich Town will play West Ham, Tottenham will play Brighton in the last game, or not the last game, but in the whole feature of that game. Okay, let's talk about the big one. Nottingham Forest and Chelsea will play. Anybody that wins 3 points plays the Champions League. It's a must win for Nottingham Forest. It's a must win. If they don't win, if they lose this, they might play only Conference League next season.
It's a must win for both teams.
It's a must win for both teams. Nottingham Forest are playing at home. What do you think will happen in that game?
First and foremost, I just want to, just pontificate on the fact that it's going to be a knife cutter for a game, in the sense that tensions are going to be high and everybody needs to come on their A game. Like, Chelsea cannot afford to have an off game in that.
They cannot just drop points.
Yes, they can't afford to have an off game, and they can't afford to come to that game expecting that it's already done. Because Nottingham Forest, their job is just to make sure they are not even going to come out and attack. They allow Chelsea attack them and they hit on the break. That's their formula. Chelsea just need to ensure that midfield trio is intact. Caicedo, Enzo, and Palmer is intact. If they can also bring in Lavia in any other capacity, fantastic. But within the four of them,
you know where I have a problem now? It hinges on Aston Villa and Newcastle results.
Yes, I don't even. Okay,
no results, because if
both of them,
if
they lose the game,
Nottingham wins, Newcastle and Aston Villa wins, they finish 6th. Chelsea plays Conference League.
Yes.
Then they go back. These people play Europa League. Now, if they play a draw, Aston Villa wins, not Newcastle wins. It means the both teams will choose between themselves. Chelsea will play Europa League, Nottingham Forest will play Conference League if it ends in a draw. Now, it means anything that happens in this game depends on what happens in the other games. Let's talk about Ipswich Town played against Everton. I'm sorry, Newcastle played against Everton also, while Aston Villa is playing against Manchester United. Now, this is the big question. Whatever happens in this game hinges on, or who goes to the Champions League from this game.
I disagree.
Hinges on what happens in the other two games. If Chelsea wins,
between Chelsea and Nottingham Forest, a win for either takes them through
Champions League.
Straight up, irrespective of what happens in other games.
Yes.
It does not.
It does.
It does not.
For example, if Chelsea wins tomorrow, they will go.
They are 5th on the table currently. They are 5th on the table.
9 points.
Yes.
If Newcastle
wins, they 69 points.
They will still
now look at it.
Points.
69, 69, 69, 65. Nottingham Forest is 7th on the table with 65 points.
That's what I'm saying.
If they win, Newcastle wins, Aston Villa wins, they come ahead of Chelsea to finish in the Europa League, while Chelsea drops to Conference League spot if Chelsea does not win the Conference League this season. Now, it still hinges on the Champions League spot is open to whoever between Newcastle and Aston Villa and these other two teams. You get? So I'm just saying, I hope if Chelsea wins, they remain where they are on the table. Aston Villa goes to the Europa League, Nottingham Forest goes to the Conference League. If the table ends like this, if all of them should win their matches, you get? If Newcastle, Chelsea, Aston Villa wins, it remains like this. If they play a draw, it means if Aston Villa plays a draw or Aston Villa wins their match, they go ahead of Chelsea with I think 1 point.
Finally, because I'm looking at it like this.
66, 66, 66, 65.
Depending on what happens in other.
If Chelsea plays it,
for me, right? We have 4 contenders for those Champions League spots.
5 now.
4.
Okay.
2 are playing each other. 2 are playing other opponents, right? You are Chelsea and Nottingham Forest want to play Champions League football. Win your game, you are true. For Nottingham Forest, a win will take them to 68
points. Yes.
They are the ones that will now need to look elsewhere to see if they are going to get a
That's what I'm saying. No matter how.
But for Chelsea,
once they win,
you win your game, you are through, irrespective of any other person out there. Yes.
I think it's Nottingham Forest that's probably going to be looking at what happens in other games. Others, if they win, they finish with them and Aston Villa going to be watching what happens in other games.
If Newcastle wins, it's the same point.
Yeah, they will. If Newcastle
Aston Villa wins, it's the same point.
So
now the goal difference.
Yes, for Newcastle and Chelsea, they just need to win their game and they qualify. But for Aston Villa and Nottingham Forest, they need to win and hope the result goes their way in other games. So it's going to be a very, very very good game tomorrow. We are going to be following that game. Remember, guys, we are going to do live commentary on our YouTube tomorrow by 4 p.m. sharp. We are going to follow that game and give you updates on our YouTube. Join us tomorrow on our YouTube channel at Vote FM for 4 p.m. We have started. We're giving you updates, how the league is moving, who is going to finish the top 5 tomorrow. Please join us tomorrow, 4 p.m. sharp. Okay, let's get your prediction for tomorrow's game. Let's start with Nottingham Forest and Chelsea. Who wins in that game?
Yeah, I'm backing Nuno. I don't know what anybody else think about it. I've been backing Nuno since the beginning of this season. I'm still backing Nuno all the way. Nuno Espirito Santos, Nottingham Forest, please.
Okay, John, who wins in that game?
Chelsea, obviously, bro. I have no interest in this encounter. I'm already securing my spot tomorrow. All I need to do is I would like to see Chelsea in the Champions League.
Yeah, I think I like to see Chelsea. Even though I want to see Nottingham Forest, but it's not in their hands.
Nottingham Forest,
even if
a
they win,
spot in Europe is still a fantastic season.
Man City 68 points.
They will qualify for the Champions League. Even if
wait, Man City 68 points.
Yeah, if they lose tomorrow.
If Nottingham Forest wins and Man City lose,
they are 68. Man City have a better goal difference than them, so they will still qualify. City have qualified for Europe already, so it doesn't. So it doesn't really matter for them. So because if you look at where City are on, they have plus.
If they lose,
26 goals.
26 goals. If they lose, Newcastle win 4-0. These people win like 8-1.
This is where we are not talking about conspiracy theory. They're calling 8-1, 4-0.
Well, if Aston Villa if Aston Villa wins, Chelsea wins, Newcastle wins, and City drop points, and probably they lost the game.
They lose against Fulham. If they lose against Fulham, they come out.
They just did a draw.
A draw.
To qualify.
Like, for example, I've already qualified. None of the other 4 opponents are going to win.
Yeah, obviously. It might happen, it might not happen.
None of the other 4 are going to win.
Is it not Fulham again?
I'm looking at
Nottingham Forest and Chelsea cannot both win their game.
No, Nottingham Forest is out of it. I'm talking about if Aston Villa wins, Chelsea wins, Newcastle wins, and Man City by somehow
drop point. They'll go Europa League.
They'll go Europa League. I cannot but win my game.
Okay. But he cannot but na Fulham until you see the
talking about it now. City are still in that whole
they are still in that mix up of
mix up the Shaki, but your club they 16.
You know me. Leave that one. My club no they play. We agree. My club don't go. We don't win. We don't come back. We don't rest.
Okay,
leave my club. We go still reach my club, and I'll play against a relegation team.
You know,
I'll collect 3 points.
Manchester United will play Aston Villa in another sweet encounter. Manchester United lost that game against Tottenham to lose that Europa League final. They are going to play their last game of the season at Old Trafford. They are going to play Aston Villa that needs all 3 points. Now, they need to just give their fans something. Manchester United cannot afford to lose this game. Final game at home.
There's nothing to give the fans. There's nothing to give the fans.
Give them 3 points.
Nothing there to give fans.
What kind of thing is this? Can't you give them just 3 points?
Nothing there to give fans.
It's somehow.
Nothing there.
Okay, if you look at that game, Aston Villa needs 3 points to win, to actually have a chance to play the Champions League next season. Manchester United have nothing to lose, but they need to give, as I said, they need to give their fans something. So if you look at that game, what do you think will happen in that game? They're going to be a big encounter tomorrow.
Honestly, I feel like mentally, Man United are not in the state, or in the I think mentally, they're not in the phase of giving anybody anything to hope for.
Come on.
No, I'm just saying mentally.
Facts, man.
But
Facts.
But just for themselves. You get when they say you are playing for pride. See where they relegate, like South Africa they relegate.
Bro, don't even get me started calm down. Because none of those players have pride.
Now Man City, South Africa see Man City, and West Ham decide to wake up. Not that they relegate is like game week 27. But that's almost 10 games to go. We don't even say South Africa not relegate for 10 games to go. Now, but South Africa saw Man City and West Ham decide to play a draw. Okay, it's them play for pride. Nothing is sure than that. Man United in the same hand can just decide to play for pride because
don't even get me started. Don't even get me started.
But if
you cannot play for pride in the Europa League finals,
they played and they lost.
Bro, you not play nothing. You not play for any pride. None of them play for any pride.
Luck no dey on their side.
Forget about that thing.
We
Luck,
go still talk am,
luck
luck no dey
ran
on their
out.
side.
Luck has
Eh-heh.
been with you from the start.
This
That's how you
one,
made it to the finals. You've been lucky all the way to the finals. It's not luck. Luck
have you
no
been
dey your
lucky winning
side.
somebody 3-0
Luck
home and
finish.
away?
Luck finish in the
I
finals
can say they are lucky against
because
Lyon.
there was no hard
Only
work.
Leon,
Only Leon.
only one, which only one game.
There
And
was no hard
and
work
person
in
dey
the
lucky
finals.
person dey lucky dey beat person 3-0 the cup, 3-0 the
Okay.
cup. Na him be lucky.
Let's get your prediction for that game. Manchester United and Aston Villa. Who wins?
Aston Villa, please, 3-0.
No, so we support Manchester United.
I'm not supporting Man United.
Aston Villa 3-0
I'm
is
not
going to
supporting Man
be a
United.
wrap.
I'm
Straight
not
up.
supporting Aston Villa.
Okay.
Because the Champions League spot, I still want Chelsea not to go. So I will keep my bets open.
Okay, Arsenal is going to play away to Southampton. Who wins in that game? Nothing to play for. Arsenal has qualified for the Champions League already.
And Southampton too. Nothing to play for.
Okay, who wins in that game?
Southampton.
John?
Draw, man.
A drop game for you. Newcastle
Southampton
are going to play Everton. Everton are stubborn. Everton are one of the stubborn teams in the Premier League, and Newcastle are playing at home. They need just to win, get all 3 points, and they will play Champions League. Just win your game, you play Champions League. No question asked. You don't need to look at other results. Get your 3 points, and you play Champions League. What do you think will happen in that game? Let's get your prediction for that game. Newcastle and
Everton
Everton.
draw, win.
Oh wow.
Mosiah.
Oh, what of you are against Newcastle today?
See, I see when
Everton draw,
No,
win.
no,
It's
me,
not
you know,
about that.
see,
Like,
me, I'm you know me, I'm a what's it called, sentimental kind of person.
Mm.
I tell you why I'm supporting certain teams and certain people. David Moyes, for me, Everton, David Moyes.
Okay.
You get, he's taking them from here to here, and he's about doing more with them. So I just feel like Everton for me because of the man in charge.
Okay.
I'm not even coming from that angle. I'm coming from the aspect of the good old hatred in Premier League. You see your fellow team wanting to qualify for Europe. You are not going to make the person's life easy.
Because if Newcastle draw this game, and even if they lose their game, they will qualify for the Champions League. So I understand where John is coming from.
So
Okay, let's see what
Everton are
happens.
not going to make. Everton will not want that cakewalk.
The same thing will happen with
Same.
Fulham too now. They will not allow the cake
Okay,
walk.
talking about Fulham and Manchester United, Manchester City, who wins in that game?
Uh,
John will say City. No, so
That's
bad
it,
belly,
yeah.
bad belly,
Ah.
bad
No,
belly.
see, he said,
They
calm
want
down. What did John speak that English again? He say the good old day trade. He go there. Fulham.
Fulham have never been my problem, though.
They've almost cost Liverpool this title, home and away.
They've never been my
You get,
problem.
they cost Arsenal the title race. They cost other teams
Okay,
their lives. So
let's see what happens. In
what
that
is
game.
going is and it's going to be at home again for
Yeah,
them. So
Fulham
I'm
versus-
They've
supporting
never been
Fulham.
a problem for me. So
Okay,
it's
and
a game I'm
Liverpool,
going to
They
win.
might just be the problem this season.
The champions of England, Liverpool, will play Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace are they have won last two games against Manchester City in that FA Cup final, and this Tuesday or Wednesday game they won again 3-0. They are playing Liverpool. What's the operation for that game?
Palace for the win.
Liverpool
Donatus
have
FC.
already won the title already. But let's see what happens.
I
Donatus
said it a
FC.
few days ago that Liverpool are already on pre-season.
Yes.
So they couldn't care less what happens in that game.
Good news for Liverpool fans. They are going to buy. They are almost going to buy a top player from Bayer Leverkusen. We're going to talk about that because he's already said yes. They are under a negotiation already for him to come to Liverpool. We're going to talk about that at some point on the show. Okay. Ipswich and West Ham. Who wins? Sharp,
You
sharp.
know now, you know.
John.
Ipswich, if they want me.
Bad no so sharp.
If they want me, now so you go talk.
3-0.
Monday, you go
2-1.
he
See,
go dey tell you say inside life.
2-1.
Okay.
I go beat Ipswich 2-1.
Bournemouth and Leicester City. Who wins in that game?
Bournemouth straight win.
Not so.
Bournemouth.
Bournemouth win. Wolves and Brentford. Who wins?
Don't
Draw.
tell us.
Okay. The final game, the Europa League champions versus Brighton. That's Tottenham versus Brighton. Who wins in that game?
Brighton.
Draw.
A draw.
Brighton.
Okay, the league table before the final game of the season. First is still Liverpool with 83 points. Second is Arsenal with 71 points. Third with Manchester City 68. Fourth, Newcastle with 66. Fifth, Chelsea with 66. Sixth position is Aston Villa with 66 points. Nottingham Forest is seventh with 65 points. Eighth position is Brighton with 58 points. Ninth position, Brentford with 55 points. Fulham 10th with 54 points. 11th position, Bournemouth with 53 points. Crystal Palace are 12th with 52 points. Everton are 13th on the table with 45 points. Wolves are 14th on the table with 41 points. West Ham is 15th on the table with 40 points. Manchester United are 16th on the table with 39 points. They have minus 12 goal difference and they have lost 18 games this season. 17th position, Tottenham are the Europa League champions. They are 17th on the table with 38 points. Tottenham have lost 21 games this season and have plus 2 goal difference. 18th relegation, relegation teams are Leicester City with 25 points, Ipswich Town with 22 points, and finally Southampton 20th, rock bottom on the table with 12 points.
They will reach that 15 points.
Tomorrow we'll see who is going to play the Champions League and how this table will happen tomorrow. So tomorrow, please join us 4 p.m. tomorrow for that watch along tomorrow live on our YouTube channel. 4 p.m. sharp, we have started. Okay, if you go to the La Liga is already decided. Barcelona are the champions, but yesterday Real Betis and Valencia played a 1-1 draw, and our very own Anthony scored in that game again. Anthony, since he left Manchester United, he has been scoring goals. And after the game, he said, here at Betis, I am happy. When I go to sleep, when I wake up, I am happy. I am happy all day. Happiness won't finish, my guy. I don't know what's going to happen with my future, but I am so happy here. The fans are incredible. So obviously, he wants to stay back. And even if it's not Betis, you just need to go back.
Read that thing. Go back to 2023 in his first season in Premier League. He said the same thing.
But truthfully, Betis fans are really supporting.
No, definitely. When you come newly and you are doing well, they'll support. They'll sing you. They'll chant your names.
Let's see what happens. But other games that happen in La Liga this weekend, Real Madrid will play Real Sociedad. That is going to be the final game for Modric and Ancelotti. Both of them will play their final game at the Santiago, and both of them will bid farewell to the fans and to the club. Both of them have been a good servant for the club, especially Modric has been there since 2012.
Yes,
he has been there for a very, very long time. Won 6 Champions League with them, won all trophies with them. Good servant for Real Madrid. Let's hope that in the next future, any club that he decides to play in the future, that he's going to actually continue playing. He's 38 years old. And he has done well for Ancelotti. Ancelotti has been there for a while. He's going to move straight up to Brazil next week. He's going to take Brazil, hopefully, to the World Cup and maybe win the World Cup, because he is the first non-Brazilian coach that Brazil will have in their history. Yeah. So congratulations to Ancelotti. He has done well with Real Madrid. He's going to move out and coach Brazil national team. Other games that will happen in the La Liga this weekend, Leganes will play Valladolid, Espanyol will play Las Palmas, Getafe will play Celta Vigo, Rayo Vallecano will play Mallorca, Alaves will play Osasuna, Girona will play Atletico Madrid, Villarreal will play Sevilla, and finally Atletico Club will play Barcelona in that game. Okay, let's open the phone line and get some of your contribution. Who do you think will finish that top 5 in the Premier League? First and second have been decided. Manchester City use one leg stand. Now one leg they use stand. If they do well, that result good, they will qualify. But it's not like 100% they are going to qualify. But for Chelsea, Newcastle, Aston Villa, Nottingham Forest, call us and tell us who do you think will make that top 5. The number to call is 0706 048 5853. Okay, let's take the first call. Yeah, hello, good morning.
Hello.
Good morning. Please turn down the volume of your radio set. I can hear you. Good morning. Okay, we lost that call. Please, when you call us, please turn down the volume of your radio set so we can hear you. Our fans can hear you too. Yeah, hello, good morning.
Good morning, John. Good morning, also.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Okay, what is your contribution?
But let me tell you something. First, you see that Chelsea, let them go and sit down. They know their position. That Champions League, they will see them. We have to tell you that this is almost 2 weeks. Anything with them live, make them play tomorrow. They know that, sorry, they know go see that Champions League.
Okay.
That's it. And also, if you know that's the way they wish Man City, that's not going to happen. If they like, let the one go and play 2-1. Make them go 4-0, not go happen. Yeah.
City
I mean,
won.
they tell you, but I know they joke. I think it's losing like it for 15 position. Is it like CC? If you know the club we want to support, just the mean that West Ham. Yeah.
So wait.
Now,
No,
people
yes.
don't chance now that bad belly. Yes, they don't go see that Champions League.
Okay, all right.
That's one. Two, they must collect their own as the remaining people collect.
Uh,
Coming Wednesday, they go collect them too.
Okay.
So that's it.
All right. Thank you very much.
For that.
All right. Okay. Let's get your own.
I
top
don't
five.
understand. I never win league for like how many years
100
now?
years.
No, calm down.
150 years. They
Calm down. I never win league for like 1 century now.
in eternity.
You never win league for like 1-2 decades plus and counting.
Mm-hmm.
I don't conquer Europe via conference league. You know concern you how.
Euro.
You never do at all. Who come better pass?
You
Okay,
conquer
FA Cup you get, I
you
get.
conquer
Hello?
Uroni.
Hello, good morning.
And you say make I not support my team with my
Hello,
full
good morning.
chest. Good morning, bro.
Okay. Okay.
Back I now because
What is
what's
your
your contribution? Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, we definitely make it for then in Bayern Munich 2012, we go to Igbo Forest, we Lions and Watford.
Mm-hmm.
So this forest for England, aware of na home base. That's why we will go there and beat them.
Okay.
Just is always when they go in get up, before they get going. Just always do something when they get up. We always do something the hard way. And we always go to so this month so when the buying price in the game like yes in the game like APC people for the way they go take for them to sell the APC and take us to say they don't register for their one. So now so when you go register for Man U, if you collect the state, let me say the Man U for.
Bro, I pay my dues to the Western Society. Come on.
You know, this one where
Come
you
on.
stutter before you finish that statement.
Come on.
very
No. I
Osikwanobi.
tag me whatever you want, man. Tag me whatever you want. I am West Ham through and through.
Maybe the Man U people know say the Man U.
Thank you.
As I come in Nottingham Forest, so
Thank you
today,
very
I
much.
can feel am.
Okay.
As I come in Nottingham Forest today, I can be.
You no get fire, you no get
As I
club.
come be David Moyes, I be.
You no get club.
As I be Liverpool, I be.
You no get club.
Okay.
Simple.
Call us and tell us your own prediction. That top five. Who do you think will make that top five in the Premier League this season? It's going to be between Newcastle, even City, Aston Villa, everybody, Chelsea, everybody is looking to play Champions League next season. Yeah, hello, good morning. Good morning. Okay. Okay, what is your contribution?
Everybody's tried it.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Okay. All right. Thank you. All right. Thank you very much.
If they change club easily, as Chelsea and Man they get back to the go they change club, come support West Ham.
If they
Yeah,
change,
pressure,
I've not changed club since.
You know they
Once
easy.
if once you marry,
Once a
don't
fan,
marry.
always a fan.
What's your mind? I don't mind. I
Oh,
don't mind.
nah, they fan everybody.
Not beside the fan everybody. I'm here to support any team. It's a sporting weekend. You just support any team going into that game. But my heart is where it is. You get?
Okay, you can still call us and tell us which team you think will qualify for the Champions League next season in England. Talking about Liverpool are in advanced talk with Farhan Wheat. They made that breakthrough yesterday, and obviously, I know City. John, you want him to go to City because he's a good player.
He's
Everybody
actually
knows.
come to
Bayern
City.
Munich wants him too. Everybody wants him, but it's like he chose Liverpool. I don't know why, but he chose Liverpool, and probably he's going to go to Liverpool next season.
Obviously, for loyalty reasons, he's not going to choose Bayern Munich, even though he will be in the same Germany. But he's going to go to Liverpool. The deal to bring him to City would have cost us about £250 million, and we're not that interested.
No, I don't know why John
You
is changing
just use
now.
that. You just use that for money. You don't enter money matters now.
Well,
John,
we're not
now
really
John,
that
now John, now John, when they shout,
They
the
can pay
money you can pay
But
for everybody.
do I want him at the club? Of course, yes.
John can pay
Do
for
I
that
want him
guy.
at the club?
All the
Yes,
campaign which
I
they
do.
do, see, all the campaign. The money is not the problem. We can pay for him.
I think it's not about the money. Just choose Liverpool.
Bavana don't talk say 800 million. He's not really. He's not
don't
really
choose
what.
The
Liverpool.
guy actually came to the club, met with Guardiola, met with all the other guys.
He had a conversation
Put
with
him
the
to work,
see before you
but
go like
no.
now waiting some players they do be that before you have a before you say okay I'm putting pen to paper to sign a contract because that's a contract like putting your life on the line. You will go to the club, visit the club, have one or two discussions with some people that are not even in the first team. You get not come and talk. You talk with the coach. You talk to the recruitment manager. You talk to the secretaries at the corner. You talk to some kind
This
people.
one
You
now,
get
now whining.
you
You whine yourself.
get the kind of conversation
You
you
go
get with some
talk to
people.
the ancient spirits where they
Ah,
club.
yeah.
Let's take this call before we continue. Okay. Yeah. Hello. Good morning.
Hello?
Good morning.
Yeah, my brother, good morning.
Good morning.
How you guys?
Fine.
Fine. Good morning.
Name and location, please.
Yes.
Sorry. What's your name and location?
I've told you now, and I told you before I said I carry book from Enugu.
Okay. Calm down, bros.
The truth is that I think Chelsea, no matter what we play out tomorrow, Chelsea will still win that game. I so much believe in that because Chelsea cannot afford to step too low to go into Conference League again. Even if they win Europe Conference League as in finals, I think they'll be coming up to play
Europa League.
Europa League, yeah, sure. But the truth is that I don't think Chelsea will depend on their winning on Wednesday to come up and play Europa. I think Chelsea will want to go to Champions League.
Yes, that's the plan.
Yes, I think Nottingham Forest, Chelsea will win that game.
Okay.
I still have that belief that Chelsea will win that match.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
I wish Chelsea good all the way. How God do you get? I know they get anything, John, tell them how they get anything.
All right, thank you.
All right. Just no get this one. No get this one. But like I was saying before, and I understand all the employees, all the Chelsea fans. I understand they are grieved. No problem. Until tomorrow evening, we will know the real Mbenambo. Okay. Now talking about Fleurit, he's come to the club. He's had a meeting with the people he needs to have a meeting with, and it doesn't get until they tell him. Guess is they told him that he wasn't having, and he said, "No, my best option. I know my destination is England. If I can't go to Man City because of what they told me here, I think Liverpool is my best option."
Okay, he's going to sign a contract. Hopefully next week, once the window opens, he's going to officially be introduced as a Liverpool player. Because the rumor is that he chose Liverpool and all the options he have, he decided to go to Liverpool. That means Elliot have to leave.
Exit.
He has to leave.
Elliot can still play because Elliot can play from the front to replace Salah because Nigeria he's always there to deputize Salah or maybe Federico
if
Chiesa.
He wants to be a backup player.
See, that's if Federico Chiesa would be there, then he will leave because Federico Chiesa is not even playing at all. So which means Federico will have to find a way out.
If Federico is fit, Federico is going to sit on the bench for Elliot.
Okay,
I'm not saying
it's not going to happen.
I'm saying one of the two of them will have to leave because they are there to deputize for
Elliot, exit straight up.
Okay, let's take more calls. Yeah, hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, guys in the studio.
Good morning. Name and location, please.
Daddy from Napoli.
Okay. Happy weekend to you. So what do you think will happen this weekend?
Yeah, first of all, I want to congratulate Napoli for winning the league yesterday.
Okay, yeah.
They really tried finishing 10th last season and coming to win the league is not easy.
Not easy, yes.
And for the Premier League matches,
Mm-hmm.
I think our neighbors will start the party for Man City because tomorrow they are going to win Man City.
Mm-hmm.
No, they call it your neighbor. Say
Your
your landlord.
your landlord. But unfortunately, it no go work for you.
Now I made them my landlord.
Now they own your stadium now.
Man
You
United,
know what I mean?
they will use the anger of that Europa League to go and play
Aston Villa.
tomorrow.
Man United don't get any anger in them.
That match.
Okay.
Win that match.
Mm.
Yeah, and for the Man City must go to Europa League next season.
Bad belly.
So see, if Aston Villa lose, now
Okay.
Pedro, if Aston Villa lose, automatically Man City will play Champions League next year.
Simple.
If what?
If Aston Villa lose, automatically Man City will play Champions League next year.
Yes. And Nuno is going to win Chelsea.
Aston Villa win be that because I know what Man City let them get that Champions League. Thank you.
Oh,
Thank
wow.
you very much. Okay, let's see what happens in tomorrow's game. It's going to be interesting. Let's take one more call. Yeah, hello, good morning.
Hello.
Good morning. Name and location, please. Yeah.
One question from what is paper for both of them.
Okay, what is your contribution? Welcome.
Well, Arsenal and Liverpool have already crossed the bridge already.
Yes.
For me, I think Wednesday we go through,
Mm-hmm.
Newcastle will go through,
Mm-hmm.
and Nottingham Forest will defeat Chelsea.
Thank you.
Then
Nottingham Forest will go through.
uh-huh.
In fact, if this league remains 2 or 3 matches, one United would have gone to relegation. I don't think this will be 2 or 3 matches, they will reach the relegation. But
I swear.
I'm so lucky.
Okay.
I'm so lucky.
All right.
I want to know if Arsenal have found any other player since then. After this, I don't have to find any player.
Not yet.
Thank you, and God bless.
Thank you very much. Arsenal is just negotiating with Partey for now, and they are looking
new
to buy
contract.
Sesko or Gyökeres, so they have to decide.
I think they've even had a
Any player.
meeting with Zesco so far.
Yes, I
They
think
had a meeting with Zesco, I think on yesterday.
the rumors now is that they are tilting to Sesko for now.
Yes.
For now, this Gyökeres matter have died down a little.
The Gyökeres, I think his camp is demanding
There
too
was a
much.
story that I think he's decided to stay back. We don't know how valid it is, but
We'll see what
I
they,
think it's
I think
looking
he's
more like
Waiting for Man
Zesco.
United.
I see what was going to
Man
happen. in
United
Sesko,
even need
but
a-
Arsenal is going to buy a striker next season because they can't rely especially on Jesus. Havertz rarely gets injured, but they cannot rely on Jesus, so they need to buy another striker. He and Havertz will not be playing up front. They will see what Arsenal will decide. But for now, the only negotiation now is with Partey to sign a new contract at the club. So other news happening around the world is Everton is looking to buy the lab. Even though that the lab is still waiting for Chelsea or Manchester United to come, but he has a 30 million clause in his contract, and the coach has already said that he wants to leave the club, and Everton has presented a project to him. If he's going to come there or not, he has to make that decision for himself. For Klopp, there's a rumor that he's supposed to move to Roma. He came out yesterday to say that he's not going anywhere. He has not actually decided to come back, or he's still looking for a project to come in. Jonathan Tah is going to move to Bayern Munich from Bayer Leverkusen this summer, and the latest news is that Monaco are closing on a deal to buy Ansu Fati from Barcelona. So let's see if that deal will go through. Okay, finally on Nigerian Professional League, the last game is going to happen tomorrow, the final game of the season. Remember, Remo Stars are already the champions, so Ikorodu City will play Abia Warriors. All games are happening 4 p.m. Tomorrow. Katsina United will play Kwara United, Lobi Stars will play Bendel Insurance, Rivers United will play Nasarawa United, Niger Tornadoes will play Kano Pillars, Bayelsa United will play Remo Stars, the league champions. Heartland of Owerri will play Aqua United, Academy Warriors will play Sunshine Stars, Shooting Stars will host Rangers International, and Enyimba will play Plateau United in that particular game. So on Monday we'll come and talk about that and see how the league will pan out come end of the season. Final game for the Nigerian MPFL. Let's see what happens tomorrow. Final game in the Premier League. Let's see what happens tomorrow in the Premier League. Let's see who qualifies for that top 5. And remember, it's top 5 for the Champions League next season. It would have been interesting if it was top 4. It was
It
tough.
would
Like
have
it
really
very,
been
very
interesting,
interesting. If it
yeah.
was tough, but top five made it more sweet though. But top four would have made it. Everybody would have struggled. Everybody would actually be watching every game all around. Because of the way the points are they are on the table. But it's now top five for the Premier League. So on Monday we'll come back and talk about all these games and let's see who will qualify for that Champions League in the Premier League. Remember, guys, tomorrow by 4 p.m. we are going to be live on YouTube at Volt FM. So join us tomorrow for that Premier League update. We are going to do that for that 2 hours. We are going to be talking about those games as it's happening, as the goal is being scored. We are giving you updates live on our YouTube. Thank you for joining us. My name is Godwin, and see you guys tomorrow on YouTube, and see you guys and join us on Monday on radio here at Volt FM on Monday 8 a.m. sharp. Have a lovely weekend.
Hello, Enugu, and welcome to Volt 104.3 FM, where music meets the voltage. Take a break and enjoy the show.
Sports. Alex Iwobi gets the ball out to the left side. The delivery comes in. Oh, it's a goal!
Entertainment.
Good morning, sis.
News and politics.
Enugu State Governor has sent us the electricity bill.
Gospel.
And let them